Good evening, Americans. It's Thursday night, and you've got the Mark Bradley Show. I'm your host, of course, Mark Bradley, and every Monday through Thursday night I get on here and make an insane man out of myself, telling you what's wrong with our freaking country. Thanks for watching. Glad to have you here. Got to talk about Matthew Shepard Hate Crimes Prevention Act introduced in the Senate this week. Also, the pathetic Mark Sanford case over in South Carolina, and a little bit about cap and trade. Have you ever heard of that? Well, we'll get to that coming up later in the show. First off, I want to get right into the Mark Sanford case. All I have to say, what an embarrassment, what a pathetic loser. He needs to resign. He needs to realize that what he did was stupid, and he needs to remove himself from the public eye, fix his family hopefully, and maybe later on he can get back into politics. But I mean, that's just pathetic. Why can't these people realize that they're not Superman, and that when they screw up they need to admit it right away and take their leave and not say, well, I'm a big screw up, but I'm still a good leader. Well, yeah, we'll see about that. I personally have no use for that. I think he should resign, get this out of the way, let South Carolina move on. Thank you very much. If you don't know, if you didn't hear, Mark Sanford's the governor of South Carolina, who disappeared this past week for 5 days. His staff claimed he was hiking on the Appalachian Trail to get away. What actually happened is he took a plane to Buenos Aires, Argentina, to meet up and supposedly end an affair he was having with a foreign exchange student from Argentina. Pathetic. He came back, had a press conference yesterday about it, where he made a fool of himself, and you can watch the video on YouTube if you really want to, but it's not necessary. It's just stupid. Anyway, more importantly, right now in the Senate, there's a bill called the Matthew Shepard Hate Crimes Prevention Act. Some of you may remember the Matthew Shepard case. He was a gay man who was murdered, a gay college student who was murdered, and here's the point. I read the entire bill. It's on the Senate's website and the House of Representatives website. There's nothing in there except for a little bit of financial appropriation. That's the whole bill. The whole point is hate crimes are bad, so we need to spend money to fix it and make it stop. Oh my goodness. Hate crimes are so bad. Okay, we get it. Hate crimes are bad. I don't believe there is such a thing as a hate crime. That's you're trying to base the crime on the motivation, and who cares what the motivation is? Did someone kill someone? Jail, death penalty, or life in prison. Okay, that's all there is to it. We don't need this. This is another piece of worthless legislation, and it's just a way for the government to spend some more money, up to $5 million per case per year for to prosecute so-called hate crimes in the states, and it's something that's already done, and a lot of states already have hate crimes. Now, the important thing is free speech, and does this bill restrict free speech? Can you still say certain distasteful words and it not be considered a hate crime? Well, there is an addendum at the end of the bill that states that this bill shall not be construed, and I should have got the quote for you, but it states the bill shall not be construed to limit or prohibit free speech regarding race, religion, sexual orientation, and gender issues, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, that's what the bill's about. I hope it doesn't pass. There's no need for it. It's just another step towards limiting free speech and limiting or changing the norms in this country and giving certain people special privilege. I mean, why should one murder be treated different than another murder? I don't think it should. That's my opinion. Tell me what you think. MarkBradleyShow@gmail.com is the email if you want to send me an email. Or you can send me a message on YouTube or Facebook.com. You can Twitter me, Twitter.com/MountainManMark. There is a bill now that the Senate and the House are working on, and they want to try and pass it tomorrow, Friday. They want to pass it before they go on summer break. All about cap and trade. And if you've looked at cap and trade before, or if you've heard about it, maybe you've heard it mentioned, It's in relation to what's now commonly called climate change. I don't believe. Well, let me put it this way: the globe. There is no such thing as man-caused global warming. There is such a thing as man-caused localized warming. Cities can be warmer than similar rural areas simply because of the amount of heat generated by people and buildings and other things. There is that fact. However, there is no such thing as what's called anthropomorphic, meaning man-caused, global warming. The sun does that for us. The earth doesn't need us to warm it. It's got the sun. That's the whole point. Now they're calling it climate change, and they want to supposedly save us from the dreaded climate change by enacting cap and trade legislation, which would put a cap on how much carbon companies or businesses or power utility companies could emit. And that would also cap the carbon that your automobile could emit and things like that. And the trade part, and that's the cap part, the trade part is you can buy carbon credits from someone who's not using all of theirs. And it's stupid. It's just a way for a few elite billionaires, to make some more money by trading these credits around. And what a pathetic waste of time. Seriously, a pathetic waste of time. I heard on the news today that Houston's hitting some record temperatures for this time. Yesterday they hit 104, and that was a record for that day. So I'm sure the global warming people are all over that. However, here where I live in the Northwest, we have had an unseasonably cold June. It's been very cool this June, and the temperature records show that. So, and it has been for the last 2 years. The last 2 years total have been cooler than normal. Go figure. Now the carbon's causing global warming. Carbon does nothing. Carbon is simply part of the air. It's what you breathe in. It's what you breathe out after you breathe in the oxygen. It's what trees use to grow. Yeah. But you all knew that. You learned that in 2nd grade science, so you don't need me to tell you that. That's it for today. That's all I have. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the great outdoors. If you live in the Northwest, it's beautiful. Have a great day outside on Saturday and Sunday as well. I'll be going camping, thank you very much. And I'll see you back here on Monday night at the Mark Bradley Show.